Chapter 226. I'm your second master. Iron Legless leg is broken. How impressive. Who is he? He broke Master List's legs with a single slap. Expert. This is an expert even more powerful than Iron Leg Li. When the onlookers, who were originally afraid, saw that Song Shi had crushed the expert Iron Leg Li, they immediately became excited and started discussing excitedly. Iron Leg Li was shocked and furious. You're too much. What right do you have to interfere in our Sun family's matters? Give me back the Song family's assets, or I'll kill you. Song Shi raised his hand. Just by circulating a little of the power of the dragon elephant art, he could form an oppressive force. Iron Leg Li was pressed to the ground by the powerful aura and shouted in panic, "Wandered Ding, why are you still watching the show?" Swoosh. A flying sword emitting a yellow glow suddenly shot out from behind the door and stabbed at Song Shi's head. Song Shi raised his hand to stop it. Roar. A golden elephant the size of a small building stepped out. With a ferocious and domineering force, it shattered the flying sword with a bang. Ft. The Dharma artifact shattered, and a short old man at the door suffered a backlash. His face turned pale on the spot, and he spat out a mouthful of blood with a shocked expression. My Dharma artifact. Swoosh. Song Shi instantly appeared at the side, and smashed his elbow down. The ground shook as the cultivator was beaten into the soil, blood flowing out continuously. When Iron Leg Li saw this, he dragged his broken lower body and turned to run. Boom! A foot landed and broke his spine. His entire body bent and crumpled as he sank into the ground, dying a tragic death. The onlookers immediately became silent like cicadas in winter, not daring to discuss further. Are you going to return or not? Song Shi's chi and blood were like an elephant's. He was spotless as he steadily walked towards the Sun family. Return? Well, return your assets. Please don't do anything. Don't kill us. The Sun family collapsed. In a flash, the two trump cards of the family were killed. It was too terrifying. They felt that if they hesitated any longer, they would definitely die. They might even be wiped out. I'll give you 1 day to spit out everything you swallow and compensate for something of the same value. Otherwise, I'll destroy your Sun family. Song Shi's expression was cold. He had been so ruthless not only because Song He defeat or that the Sun family had embezzled the Song family's assets, but also because he held a grudge against the Sun family. Moreover, he was strong enough now. There was no need to be so polite. People who deserved it should be killed. There was no need to beat around the bush. Yes. Yes. Well, do as you say. The Sun family's heads kept nodding like they were chickens pecking at rice. Song Shi looked at Song Hai, who hurriedly bowed. Thank you, senior. To be able to kill two experts so easily. This person must be a martial arts grandmaster above the Khanate realm. Song Shi nodded slightly. These two dead people's things are yours. Ah. Song Hai did not expect to receive any benefits. He was a little stunned. I'll leave the Song family business to you. Song Shi was about to leave with his hands behind his back. He had no intention of meeting anyone else here. He had many enemies now. If others found out that he was still helping the Song family, it would easily bring disaster to Song Hai and the others. Senior, are you leaving? You've helped me so much. I haven't had the time to thank you properly. Song Hai wanted to say something but hesitated. He felt that this person was a little familiar, but he was sure that he had never seen him before. I'll stay in Silken City for another 2 days. Also, you don't have to feel burdened. I'm also a member of the Song family and am related to you. Song Shi could tell what Song Hai was thinking and took the initiative to say, Can you tell me how I should address you? Song Hai was secretly happy. He didn't expect his family to have such a powerful relative. He actually didn't know about this before. Song Shi casually made up a relationship and said, I'm your second uncle. Second uncle. Song Hai thought for a moment. His father was already in his 60s. There were no other people of the same generation. He had never heard of anyone of a higher generation. This person was probably in his 80s or 90s. He looked so young. It must be because he had reached the foundation establishment realm, and his vitality had increased greatly. He fell into deep thought. In this world, Khanate cultivators could live for 300 years. Foundation establishment cultivators could live for another 300 years. 80 to 90 years old at that stage was equivalent to 20 years old for ordinary people. Tack up, take me to the house for a while. Sanshi waved his hand and did not say anything else. Okay, second uncle, Songhai replied happily. He turned around and took out iron legless storage bag that was buried in the soil. Then, he looked at the special Dharma artifacts on his feet. They were a pair of special boots. I'm afraid this guy has feet odor. When he kicked me just now, the stench almost killed me. Although his face was full of disdain, he still took it off. As expected, the smell of iron legless stinky feet spread. Ugh! It stinks! He hurriedly held his breath and turned to dodge as he retched. Sanshi frowned and raised his hand to release the palm wind to prevent the stench from spreading. To him, Sai, an old martial arts master like Iron Legly died just like that. That's right. It was too fast. I was about to ask my son to learn martial arts from him, but he was beaten into a meat paste. This Songhai's second uncle is even more powerful. I wonder if he will accept disciples. What's that smell? Feastinch dissipated. The people who were watching the show and discussing at the side vomited one after another. Some even fainted from the smell. They looked at Sanshi gloomily and ran away one after another, the stench of feet spreading down the whole street. Sanshi had a strange expression on his face. This can't be something this guy did on purpose, right? Or perhaps if he can't win, he will take off his shoes and give a chemical attack. Songhai quickly looted the other dead guy who didn't even have time to say his name. He ran back and said, "Second uncle, I'm done packing. Let's go." Sanshi turned around and followed Songhai back to the Song residence. He went straight to his room. Songhai was a little surprised. Why would second uncle come to his seventh brother's room? Was it a coincidence? Sanshi walked in and closed the door. Then, he threw out an array disc to isolate the outside. Second uncle, you're so cautious. It's worth learning from you. Songhai flattered him imperceptibly. What happens next is a secret. You can't reveal it, or you'll die for sure. Sanshi said coldly. Then, his bones, flesh, and skin changed and quickly returned to their original appearance. You. Songhai looked at Sanshi in shock. Your seventh brother. A smile appeared on Sanshi's face. He teased. I'm also your second uncle. F***ck your second uncle. You're taking advantage of me. Songhai rushed over and grabbed Sanshi's neck. He said in surprise, and Joe, seventh brother, you're actually stronger than me. You killed a Kane cultivator and a Chi refinement cultivator in a few moves. You're so capable. I didn't realize you were so powerful previously. It can't be helped. Geniuses can't be judged by common people. Sanshi smiled proudly and thought to himself, no matter how powerful a genius is, he can't compare to a cheat. You're really a genius. I reckon only those fellows from those large sects can compare to you. Songhai agreed. Thinking of the information he had obtained, he asked curiously, seventh brother, didn't you go to the Yao Moon Palace? Why are you back? Could it be that those women were too fierce and you couldn't take it, so you were scared away? How is that possible? It's something else. I'm already in another sect. It's more complicated. Sanshi did not say much. His fourth brother's strength was very powerful to ordinary people. But in the entire cultivation world, he could only be considered a beginner. He had not even come into contact with the matter of him being possessed.